All right, Ty Masterpool. Well, first ride for the Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki team, fresh on the team, fresh day. Just take me through the experience of hopping on this bike for the first time and going racing with it.
Yeah, definitely pretty crazy, but yeah, I mean, God's good, and big shout out to the whole team, Mitch, Ian, all of them. Really appreciate the opportunity. But yeah, first day was yesterday, and then riding 3 days in a row before first round was definitely a little interesting, so kept me in a little tired, but yeah, feeling comfy off of it, and yeah, it was qualified pretty good. I think I was 6th or so, and yeah, feeling pretty good. And then first moto, kind of, I was just getting a little comfy, and then yeah, I hit a gnarly kicker and just dumb mistake on my part, but learning from it, and yeah, second moto was a little bit better, and then yeah, just learning the bike, definitely pretty crazy learning the bike in the moto, but I mean, bike's feeling very good and very solid, so just looking forward to getting some testing under, and yeah, it's going to be a good year and feeling good.
How challenging is it to learn a bike that fast and then go racing with it, like almost no time, right?
Yeah, it's definitely hard in general, and then being out here, it's like a whole nother beast. I mean, there's square edge bumps everywhere, and then there's a lot of rocks out there, so yeah, it was definitely like, if it was any other track, I felt like it would have been a little better. I'm already like feeling a little uncomfy out here, but no, I mean, the bike's feeling good and hopped on it, and obviously, yeah, feeling good. Just
when did you know? Like, when did you know? When did Mitch call? Like, how soon did this materialize in the last couple days? Thursday, really?
Yeah,
that was
Thursday morning, yeah.
So then, like, what was your, like, did you go to Matt at HBI and say, hey, this is what the deal is? And he, like, how'd that process go, I guess?
Yeah, so big shout out to Matt and Darla at HBI, very good people, and yeah, they were all for it. They really wanted this, and yeah, really good people. They want what's best for the riders, and they were all for it, and obviously it's hard for them and stuff, and it's like they got deals and all that, but yeah, they were all for it, wanted me to take it, and yeah, so very appreciative of them, and yeah, so it's good.
Obviously you're getting ready on a 450C, maybe had expectations of what you wanted to do on a 450. How do you shift that to the 250 class? Like, what do you expect out of yourself now?
Yeah, I know it was hard last year because no, and I had no testing on a 450. I rode it like 3 times, and then this year I was coming in, and I was like, I knew my bike, knew the suspension, everything was dialed, so I was really looking forward to it. Times were really good on it, so I was like, it's gonna be good. And then last minute, I was like, can't pass up an opportunity whenever Mitch calls.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I mean, 250 is definitely getting used to it, and then yeah, it's definitely a different beast. It's like a lot of shifting, and I think I was always in a gear too high. And I was like, sorry for abusing the clutch a little bit, but no, I mean, the bike feels good.
Excited to get a little time on the bike this next week then?
Oh yeah, very excited.
Dude, you look good today. Like, I thought maybe the surprise of the day for me, like, I know how good you are, but I think you impressed a lot of people. Do you feel pretty satisfied with it then?
Yeah, honestly, really satisfied. Like, it's the best I've felt and the best I've done in a pro national so far. I mean, honestly, best race I've done in my pro career. So, I mean, it was a big building step for me. And honestly, coming into the season, I feel like this is kind of what I expected myself. I mean, my biggest goal for this weekend was just to get a 5th overall for me. Like, I felt like if I executed qualifying and just started up front, like, I could do it. And obviously qualifying first in the first practice and then 4th overall and being within a second, like, that's the best qualifying I've done all year. And with the 4 rounds I did last year, It's like I feel like I started off where I left at High Point and running up front. So
yeah,
I mean, yeah, I honestly surprised myself a little bit, but I knew deep down that I could do it. So definitely, yeah, a lot of momentum going to next weekend for sure.
I never really look at you as like a send it type of guy, but I felt like watching you, the eye test today suggested like, oh, this is easy. Like, I'm just doing this. Is that something you're working on, like trying to make like your fast pace just simple, easy stuff?
Yeah, just trying to slice and dice through the pack I was struggling with that last year and even Supercross too. So I knew, like, growing up as an amateur, I was really good at it, and I just had to figure out how to bring it back just at the pro level. And today I felt like I was really good at that, and just trying to just be patient and not rush things too quick, and just, you know, ride like myself, like how I used to. And I feel like today I finally rode like how I used to. So, no, it's good.
Let's start bad and get all the way to the good stuff, because the good stuff is pretty darn good today. But the crash in the first corner, like, what did you actually see? Like, what happened, and then how did you just get swallowed up?
Yeah, I think I'm the one who caused it.
Oh, really?
yeah. I came in hot, and then I was trying to, cut under and go under. I think it was either Chase or Hunter.
Okay.
I don't really remember. And then I just kind of gave it too much fuel and went right down. Back end came out, and then the front end went down, and yeah, it was just unfortunate.
Yeah.
It was unfortunate, and then you know, I don't know who it was, but like 3 people ran me over, and that sucked. But overall, got back up, pushed, got 12th in that moto, and it wasn't as bad as it could have been.
Yeah, were you surprised that you're able to keep going? Because I watched you roll all the way through the first couple of corners like this, you know, holding your hand a little bit, and then the next lap you come by and you're on it again. So I'm like, oh, he's okay then, I guess.
Yeah, I think the like once I took off again, because I was sore after the crash, and then once I took off again, the adrenaline like carried me until like 3 laps to go, and then 3 laps to go was bad again. Yeah. But no, it was definitely. It was scary, one, because this is the elbow that I broke, and then it was just, I didn't know how bad it was, and I didn't know if I was like bleeding or whatever, so I just kind of rolled for a second, and I was like, all right, I'm fine, just go.
Well, let's talk about the second moto. Good start, mixing it up with the boys right away. Was it kind of cool to just pass Chase and be right there with them for a little bit?
I think I passed Hunter in the second.
But I thought you passed Chase right at the end of the first lap, like by the mechanics area. You made a mistake, you got underneath him, and he passed you back like 2 turns after that.
I don't know. It's all I just black out, dude. I have no idea what the fuck's. First 3-4 laps, I have no recollection of what goes on. I just know I passed Hunter in the second. Didn't last long. My first 5 laps of the second motor were the worst 5 laps I think I've ever ridden. And I hit every bump. I swapped at every fucking rut. And I just pinballed my way around and finally got into a flow. Went back to 9th and 9-9 on the day. Get out of this fucking shithole and I can go home. So thank God.
Well then, I mean, if you don't like this place, 9-9 is okay, right?
9, I basically went 1-1. Today I fucking went 1-1. So it was good. I mean, it's a work in progress, you know what I mean? This track is really demanding on a motorcycle and it just brings out the worst in them. So need to work on a few things. A little high-speed compression just because there's so many square edge holes and it just like blows your hands and feet off the pegs. And that second moto was just it wasn't vet friendly out there, let's say that.
So just kind of take me through like the learning process of what you learned today, just going through the motions of getting acclimated to pro motocross as a professional.
Yeah, definitely a big learning process today. Obviously track's a lot rougher than amateur days or preseason testing tracks, so bike setup was a little bit off, and I've been fighting that all day. Qualifying was all right. First moto was decent, but I crashed pretty early and went from way back up to a decent spot. And then second moto, I got a way better start and had a good speed in the beginning, and then just tried to ride my own race. Riding was better second moto, not where I should be and not where I've been in the preseason, but learning. Tracks are a lot different, so gonna work on the bike a little bit this week and come out swinging next week.
When you crash in the first moto and you get up, like in your own mind, are you like, okay, I need to get here, or I need to get to this position, or are you just taking it one spot at a time?
Nah, just one spot at a time. Just keep learning, making sure you make smart decisions, moving around, making smart passes, and passing when you know you're gonna pass. So I think for me, just clicking them off one at a time.
How did you feel out there and getting your feet wet in pro motocross again?
Yeah, literally getting my feet wet. I haven't done a full season ever. I've only done, I want to say 5 or 6 races. So felt like a rookie today, especially after not racing for so long and just getting hurt at the first Supercross. This injury's been a lot harder than I thought to come back from. So yeah, coming into the day was definitely pretty stressful, and just to be back racing feels so good. Last night I just tried to let go of it all, of the stress and everything, and just be like, you know what, I get to go back and race my dirt bike. That's what I love to do, and just try to enjoy it. I started the day off pretty good, P15 in the first qualifier. Made a little change, and the second one was honestly really bad. I was like 23rd. I'm like, oh no, this isn't going to be a good day. And then 12-15 in the motos. Honestly, I know that's nothing to write home about, but I'll take it. I'm definitely, I was happy with my fight in both motos, and the second one I actually got into that first turn pileup kind of, so came to the pack to 15th, and honestly I felt like I rode better in the second moto. You wouldn't know it with a 15th, but overall definitely happy with today.
based on your expectations coming in, were you more satisfied with the result, the riding, the fitness? Like, is there one thing that you're like, okay, that was actually really good?
I would have to say all of it
Okay.
because the speed coming in was not good. But I also just tried to let go of the expectations of results because I feel like coming in Detroit, I was so excited. I knew I was in such a good spot, and I just had that result in my head, and I think that might have been what bit me. I ended up on the couch. So my goal for today, I'll just go ahead and be straight up, it was to have speed and drain the tank in both motos. I just tried to let go of the whole result thing, and seemed to kind of work out for me. But 12:15 is far from where I want to be, obviously. But I just want to try to get my feet planted here and see where we're at, and now we can build off of it.
Just take me through like how you felt throughout the day. Like, was this a day where you felt like you're getting back in your groove still, and now you can feel like you have a base to work towards?
Yeah, I felt pretty good in the motos. I feel like I had a little bit of speed in practice, which I've been lacking a little bit, so happy about that. Bike setup wasn't the best for Moto 1, made honestly quite a big change, like forks and shock, and was really good for the second moto, just started way back. I think AP went down in front of me in the first corner, and then the third corner somebody else went down. I got stuck behind that too, so a little frustrating because I felt so much better, but I mean, I'm happy with a good ride. So
yeah, have you been able to like not look at results, because results on paper in the past have been really good for you, but like you're focusing on your riding, I assume, right? So you're like, let's not look at results, let's just focus on what I'm doing in the motos.
I mean, I'm happy that I felt good, but I
want to be higher.
I want to be higher just for SMX points purposes, right? Like, I don't think 17, 18 for 11 races is going to get it done. So, I'm happy with the ride. I'd like to get a good start and do that, both motos. I don't care if I have the results I did last year, because with the, 7 or 8 more guys, on a factory bike that are in riding shape than we had last year, realistically, I'm still behind those guys. So if I could be that guy, that's up there battling for like the spots behind them, I'll be happy with that.
Yeah. We made a little bit of a story about how you were like underselling your own expectations coming into the season. And I feel like this is like right where you expected to be then, right? Like you just wanted to get out there and get your feet wet then.
Yeah, honestly. I mean, everyone knows me from the past, right? And, we all change. We're all human. And I'm in a different class. I mean, 450 class, yeah, it's stacked. The 250 field, that's deep.
Yeah.
And I always try to be realistic with myself and for the people and the critics or whatever. So qualified 19th and then went 19-17 on the day and got 19th overall. So we're 19th place guy right now.
Hey, but the good news is you scored points, right? So I don't think you'd scored 250 points before. Back in 2017, you never scored points, so there you go.
Yeah.
So take the pauses. In the second moto, though, you go down off the start, so you kind of charged forward quite a bit then. Were you happy with the ride then?
Thrilled. I came off and I was like, the number doesn't show how well I rode, but I put in a charge. And to go from like 35th to 17th, for me, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
And we're finding bike setups, switched to a completely different setting for my forks for the second moto, and it was in the right direction. Kind of felt like, I could jump down the hills and felt more settled everywhere, and just felt more like me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, now we kind of know what direction we want to go, and try to do better in Hangtown.